we grew up with some people who knew a very famous musician in Michigan. They're still alive. And we had the opportunity to go to his house. And my mom was like, okay, to the mom. She was like, cool, because they're relatives, they're family to them. But so I'll be in and out, but I won't be there. And my mom's like, okay, no. She's like, thank you for telling me. Thank you for being honest. But no, if you're not going to be here with them all the time, they're not going.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. And
Definitely.
we were so disappointed because we wanted to see this. I'll tell you after. Sorry, guys. I'll tell you after who it was. We were wanted to see this person, but my mom's like, no, they're a bit odd. And if the mother's not going to be around, no.
Yeah.
So I grew up with that mentality. You don't just send your kids off with anybody just because it's somebody famous or somebody who has money. So hello everyone, welcome back to Zfen Nadia Talk. I am one of your hosts, Nadia, here in Canada. My co-host Sven back in the Netherlands is back. And how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm surviving. I think we got a good plan for 2024. But I'm surviving. We will elaborate later.
The 2024 plan.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? That's a good question. Thinking of plans, do you do New Year's resolutions?
Yeah. But I don't really stick by them because I don't know. It's because I'm a Libra. I don't really believe in zodiac, but it sometimes it makes sense. But life happens, and I don't like to. I like to make plans because I have certain plans I want to accomplish in a certain year. But life changes, so I change my strategies along the way.
Right.
Sometimes I change course, but the plans are there, and I already made a couple of steps to achieve them. Yeah. So hopefully, by the grace of God, it will happen.
Absolutely. Listen, yeah, and you're a hard worker, so
yes,
you're
I
good.
am. Yes, I am.
You're good.
I will accept that compliment.
It is a compliment, absolutely. Yep. Yeah. I don't really do New Year's resolutions. I think I tried maybe twice when I was a kid, but I just, it's like as long as you, like you said, if you have a plan, whether it's a year goal or 5-year goal, as long as you keep working at it every day or whatever your schedule is every week, you'll eventually get there. So I don't really feel the need for New Year's resolutions. Just keep trying every day. That's all you need to do.
Yep. Because like life can change in a split second, and you can make all the risk management you want, but sometimes things don't go your way. But it's good to have planning and do your risk management,
right,
and be prepared for everything. But how prepared can you be?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. What is it? What is the thing? What is that saying? God, you make plans and God laughs at them or something, whatever that saying is or whatever. It's like, it's kind of true.
Basically. Yeah. And people are very hard at themselves. We see other people do stuff, and we get inspired, and we also want to achieve what they achieve, but our life is different. And the thing about life is that we are all figuring it out. Like nobody knows exactly how. Even with science, it's thought like people tried once. When they found out something, they tried, and then figured they put this liquid together, all the other liquid together, and tried so many things, and then it became successful.
Right.
But we are all here trying, and we do what works for us. So never look at somebody else's way. You can be inspired, but make it your own, and go from there.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Okay. The saga, the couples or ex couple saga, celebrity sagas continue.
Continuous.
We are hearing new news or updated news on Jeanie Mai and Jeezy as they're going through their divorce. What are the updates with that couple, soon to be ex married couple?
I heard that allegedly their prenup say that the person who cheated get less um property or whatever. Like if somebody who cheated will get less stuff in the separation.
And that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. But what I really feel, because I don't want to lose that I don't want to use that term loosely, but it's a very narcissistic move for Yeezy to go have a whole podcast talk with what the lady name is?
Which one?
With that black lady, that
Sherry?
actress.
Not Sherry Shepherd, no?
No. Um she had a podcast where they were both wearing black, and it was a bunch of gaslighting happening. A bunch of
Not
gaslighting, and
Tasha
he
K.
not Tasha K.
Oh, I don't know. Mm-mm.
Actress. Sen
Oh, Sanaa Lathan?
Sana Layton. Sana Layton.
Really? I just
Yeah.
heard about her podcast the other day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sana Layton. And he was sitting there talking about he tried counseling, he tried this, tried that, tried that. Like the audacity, like you knew that you cheated. Why would you come in public to have a one up on Gina? And the thing about it is, it shows again how, I'm sorry to say it, but how black men trying to use black women to lift them up. You get what I'm saying? Because when you was married with that lady, you know, you was living your life. But the next thing you want to win us back. The next thing you do, you sit down with Sana Layton and say, in this trying time, I need my black women I need my sisters to support me. Like that.
When you left us in the dust, prior, because none of his baby mothers are.
Well, I didn't felt like left in the dust by him, because that's not my type.
I
But
mean, I mean, me neither. I don't. I'm good. They can
yeah,
have.
but it just goes to show that he really, because we're black first, but we're women too. You
Mhm.
know, because if it was for men, because one thing we women don't have with what men do have, men listen at each other. That's why richer men can sell their foreign car, can sell Rolex and stuff like that. Men are easily influenced. Women are more inspired, or they want something another woman has. But that doesn't mean that we want to be like them. And this conversation we already had before, Nadia. And if a man comes today and tells another man, like, Sven is a nice woman. She's a good woman. No, she's a nice woman, but I wouldn't marry her. Or she has this and this and this. Another man would listen. But if one woman comes and say, "Yes, it's like this and this and this and this," I bet you he would be. If he wants to, he gets married next year.
Of course.
Because we women don't listen to each other. Because we always think we know better. But a man always listen. A man would want to have sex with that lady because she's popping, she's whatever, but he will never marry her. We can see, like, we need to listen to each other more. And also, young women need to listen to. I think you're stuck, Nadia. And you sound like a robot.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you're better. Yes. Do you see me
Okay.
better?
Yep,
Okay,
I can see
perfect.
you. Yeah, you're unfrozen.
Yeah. So my advice is let's listen to each other more when it comes to, because the evidence is there. If he has multiple baby mamas and then gets married and not even how many years were they married?
Not even two.
Not even that long. And the next thing you know, if he wants another woman, he will find her.
Mhm.
He gonna find her and marry her. But
Easy.
if it's for Jeannie and he walks around and say something bad about Jeannie, whether it's she's not a good cook, she's not a good mom, she's not wifey material, other men would listen and they would
Mm-hmm.
use Jeannie to be in the limelight, but no, they will
Mm-hmm.
never marry her because men are more observant.
Yep.
They listen to each other more. They are inspired by each other more, and that's why you will see how so much they will be like fans to basketballers or men who make a lot of money. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's my biggest turn off is if a man is a fan of another man. Like that's poor leadership quality. I've already said that. But when I see Rihanna or Beyonce or whatever, I wouldn't want to I, w- I wouldn't want to be like them, or I wouldn't be like a fan from them, but I would want the dress they wear. So they inspire in a fashion wise way. Or in but I wouldn't the other men they are really fan like. And that's a big turn off. So in closing, um I think we need to listen to each other more. And young women need to listen to older women more. Because
Mm-hmm.
we went through it. Did I just call myself old? Um,
Say you're experienced.
I'm
You're
experienced, but if I would listen to my mom, the one time she told me I shouldn't move countries if I'm not married, I wouldn't be in this position. I mean, I'm not in a bad position, but I would have more assets to my name. I would have been better. You get what I'm saying? So I think we need to listen to each other more.
Yeah, I agree. I always say this. I don't preach to men because I know through experience that men do not listen to other women.
No, they never.
Men will only listen to other men. Boys will only listen to men. Um, so I don't even waste my breath. And I absolutely believe in that women need to listen to the counsel of other women, and it's not necessarily just older women. It's women in your peer group, women above, and even the young people can teach us. Younger people, younger than us, can teach us things. We should all be listing and counseling each other and get back more to that community instead of that individual mindset. We need to be more communal and counseling, and I think too, because especially with women, because we're so, I don't know if it's that monkey in a barrel mindset. If I'm too open, or if I share too much and uplifts another woman, I don't know what it is. I don't know. There could be so many variables, but yeah, we need to listen. It's not that we're trying to be bossy or trying to tell you what to do. We just don't want you to go through unnecessary hardships if you don't have to. Life is going to absolutely throw things at you. You're not going to skate through this life, you know, on a cloud. But if you don't have to have your heart broken 5 times by the time you're 30, if you don't have to, if we can warn you about this type of man that's most likely probably going to leave you with a baby or two and never marry you when you are marriage minded, if we're going to tell you that maybe take a break before you spend money on a college program, or go volunteer before you and see if you like that career field, like if we're telling you these things, we're telling you so you're not wasting your heartbreak, you're not wasting your money, you're not wasting your time. Um, but of course, there are always older women who are just bossy and nosy and want to run people's business. Okay, always. But I think for the most part, especially in our two age groups, we just we want you to have as few obstacles as possible so you can get higher at a quicker pace, I guess, and be a greater woman, um, whatever that is for you, whatever that means for you, um, just at a better rate. I don't know. Anyway, that's enough blathering on.
Yeah, but if we if we listen to each other more, as I said, the evidence is there because if you look at Kiki Palmer and you look at
Mm.
Cassie, right? They just putting data out there for us,
Mhm.
telling us like this is what it is. So
Mhm.
if you wanna go, you already know what it is. And with Diddy, I didn't know Kiki's boyfriend. And I never saw him in my life
Never.
until he was with Kiki. But
Mhm.
Diddy, we know from Diddy that he is nasty, right?
Mhm. A whole
For
bunch of them in that
years,
industry.
for years, we've been hearing stuff allegedly that he doing nasty stuff with men, women, whatever.
Probably dogs and all,
But
allegedly.
still, that one city girl, Carisha or whatever, what's her name, and still is in a relationship with him. And after, and I'm really curious what her stance is and how this will end with her because if she wanna exit the relationship, now is her time while it's hot. Because
Mhm.
now Daddy can move, he cannot hurt anybody right now because all the lights are on him. So the
Mhm.
moment she can, this is the only moment she can move, right? Until he, because a man you need to be fast. When it comes to a man, you need to be fast when he is at his most vulnerable because he's vulnerable now. He think he going to
Mhm.
jail. He is already,
He's scared.
yes, he's already losing a lot of deals and stuff like that. So if Carisha gonna move, she has to move now
Yep.
when everything is in, turmoil.
Mhm. Mhm.
But did you saw the footage from Kiki Palmer?
Which
Because
one?
we were only talking about the part where she was dressing to see
The part
Usher,
where
but later on we saw footage where she was being hit on, right?
yeah, the stills from the security camera in the house.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah. Mhm.
Did you hear the phone call with the mom and the boyfriend?
A little bit. I heard a little bit. I didn't listen to the whole thing. I was kind of listening in and out. But yeah, the mom. Ooh, you can tell mom did not like him from the start.
But did you hear how calm his voice was? Like
Mhm.
I'm gonna like he wanted to say like I'm gonna do it again.
I think it's calm, but it also to me sounded like he he was baiting her, and we're hearing the after effects of him baiting her to get her angry, and then she's has her outburst, and he comes back calm, like, see, I'm a calm person. I would never be aggressive. But listen
Yeah.
how she sounds. That sounds like a very much like a baited conversation.
And this is the reason why you don't mess with people who ain't got nothing to lose.
Hmm.
But then again, Diddy got a lot to lose.
Oh, a lot,
You
a
know?
lot.
And I'm always saying, like people say, yes, on Judgment Day when you die, you're going to hell. The thing about this is, if you live bad with people right on this earth, you will get your punishment.
Hmm.
Right on
Yeah,
this earth, you will get your punishment.
yeah. That waiting until after you die. No, no, no. I'm petty. I want to see the punishment now. I want to see them get punished right here.
Right.
I don't care how
Yep.
much.
But that's the Cassie lawsuit is crazy. How sick can you be in the head to let somebody? So you saw a beautiful woman and you want her to be humiliated.
Hmm.
Like for years, you let things happen to that lady, and you saw the video where she was on crawling under like a blanket thing
Yep.
where she didn't want to go. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it makes me wonder, and of course, this is not excusing their behavior, but it makes me wonder what happened to people to make their minds so twisted. And what happened in your first part of your life? What did you see? What did you experience to make you so depraved in how you in your sexual life, in your how you run your business, how you treat
I
your
think I think
talent? Like
I
what
think
happened?
similar. I think similar things. I think similar things. I think
Mhm.
there's something wrong in their childhood that happened. And with Diddy, you can see with Diddy its power.
Mhm.
Because when Usher is around him, a witness, in my opinion, when I see videos where Usher is around him, I see a couple other people when they together and he say like, man, you're not picking up my phone calls. Like they get they get like shy like a little boy.
Mhm.
So he tries of make people feel shameful, you know?
Right.
And then he was also at an award show once and he was accepting his award and he talking about I wanna say thank you to Cassie for holding me down in the most difficult. You'd wanna trigger trauma. Like Cassie battling like when that happened to Cassie, I know for sure she cannot sleep at night. So instead of that lady already left, instead of you leaving that lady alone, you trying to be I pass. You know how Caribbean people say I pass?
I pass. Yeah, I pass.
Yes. You wanna try. You wanna try it,
Mhm.
and that's why I would be happy to stay alive to let to see Daddy really messed up for real
Yeah.
because that will show men in general that they need to know how to use their power
Mhm.
because Daddy was crazy from the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, and even like, because people are digging out all the stuff from the past and examples. I remember there was a thing. They're in a studio setting, and it was him and Justin Bieber. This was years ago, and this young man was just tumbling, and because he was said something about how come you don't call me anymore, and he was like and he was all like nervous and like
Mhm.
fumbling his phone and stuff, and it was like, and then, of course, we all have seen that infamous footage of Justin Bieber doing suspicious things in a club setting, with Diddy watching on the side and him doing other alleged acts on another man.
Oh wow.
Um, oh yeah, you didn't see that one?
Mm-mm.
And he was young. This is when he was young. Um,
Wow.
like people are pulling out. And remember that other one? There's that black lady. She has short hair, and she's been talking for quite a few years about all the stuff that Diddy and she, all the other larger hip hop artists, and people were calling her crazy. What's her name? Starting with a J. Anyway, and she's been in the industry, and um, all this alleged stuff that these people have done with Jay Z and Sean and all the artists, Aaliyah, Rihanna, and all the things that they've allegedly made them do. Um, Jaguar,
Oh
right?
yeah, Jaguar
Something
right.
her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one. But yeah, it's like, and I remember seeing her interview like 2 years ago, I think it was. And I was like, I didn't think she was crazy. I just didn't know anything about her. But I was like, uh, I'm not discounting this woman. Everybody was saying she was crazy at the time, but it's like, as everything is, she's all her receipts are coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, when she made that interview, there was no one from any of their camps putting a cease and desist, no one shutting her up. So when people are spilling that tea and no lawyers are coming at them, you need to believe these people, because if it was a defamation thing, she would have been shut down. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know why people were calling her crazy. So
Yeah,
it's just
she knows a lot. She knows a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It just this industry is
But the
I
thing
don't
about
know.
it is, the only reason I think Daddy won't get a lot of punishments because he is friends with JC.
Oh yeah.
Either everything gonna be exposed and a lot of people gonna be exposed because the link with Justin Bieber and Diddy is that Usher discovered Justin Bieber, meaning Usher allegedly brought Justin Bieber to Diddy. Meaning you're recruiting little boys to show their talent, but also to go through the same thing you went through allegedly. Like
Oh
that's
yeah,
crazy.
because Usher had to do that. Allegedly had to do the same thing.
Yeah,
He was allegedly groomed, and he helped other people be allegedly groomed.
that's crazy.
That's and like that's the thing I don't get when people like whether it's in the movie, television, music, how these people are sending their children off with strangers.
Money.
There's no money in the world. Even before we started hearing whisperings about what's going on in the entertainment world, as a kid, as a teenager, I was like, in my mind, I couldn't fathom sending your child off to a stranger because I grew up in a household. My mom, there was no way. It's like if she didn't know them very, very, very well, we were never even spending the night at anyone's home. Like I remember, oh God, I'll tell the story, but I may have to cut it out. There is a when we were because I grew up on yeah. If you figure it out, you figure it out. I grew up on a border city to Michigan, so we were very close. We could go flip back and forth across the American Canadian border very easily, and we grew up with some people who knew a very famous musician in Michigan. They're still alive, and we had the opportunity to go to his house. And my mom was like, okay, to the mom. She was like, cool, because they're relatives, they're family to them. And she said, okay, you're going to be there with them all weekend? And she's like, oh, well, we're visiting other families. So at some point, we'll be leaving them in the house by themselves with the person. But so I'll be in and out, but I won't be there. And my mom's like, okay, no. She's like, thank you for telling me. Thank you for being honest. But no, if you're not going to be here with them all the time, they're not going. And that was it. And
Definitely.
we were so disappointed because we wanted to see this. I'll tell you after. Sorry, guys. I'll tell you after who it was. We were wanted to see this person, but my mom's like, no, they're a bit odd. And if the mother's not going to be around, no.
Yeah.
So I grew up with that mentality. You don't just send your kids off with anybody just because it's somebody famous or somebody who has money. So there's just no amount of money in the world that would to risk one incident happening and that can ruin a person's life forever. Why would you risk that? Like there's no money in the world. There's no fame in the world to risk your children. I don't understand that. That's crazy to me. Like I'd rather work two jobs and work 80 hours a week than put my kids in a situation for some quick money.
Yeah. And everything is true. Otherwise, people like 50 Cent wouldn't say certain stuff about Diddy because 50 Cent keep tweeting and keep posting on Instagram how Diddy is nasty and how did he ask him to go take him shopping and stuff. Why you wanna take men shopping? Men who make money like you,
That's
men
weird.
that's very weird.
Because I know a couple men were like, if a man ever asked me, said I would take you shopping as a heterosexual man,
That's weird.
immediately you should put a stop to that and put them in their place right away, because that is a opening to sexual stuff. That man is basically asking you to whatever. So I just, and I yeah, that's crazy. Because as a woman, unless I'm literally your fiance, that's how far I would have to be. Unless I'm your fiance, I don't want you to buy me even a shoe. Why are you buying me things? That's
Oh
weird.
no, you gonna, if we're dating and we talking, you definitely gonna buy me stuff.
Not me. I don't want it.
You're
I don't want it.
definitely gonna buy me stuff, chill, because you're not gonna be on with me on the phone talking to you when you go to work and stuff like that. No.
Mm-mm.
Scratch my back while I scratch your back, child. Cause baby. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I should, let me clarify a bit. And I'm talking about like shop. Like, say if it's my birthday, that's different. If it's my birthday and you're like, I saw you were looking at and we're dating, and you saw a pair of. Well, actually, no, because you can't buy me shoes because I'm superstitious, so you can't buy me shoes.
Yeah.
Um, Whatever, like a purse, or even though I don't do purses, we'll just say purse for the sake of the conversation. And it's my birthday and we're dating. But to sit there and we're only dating and you're taking me on shopping sprees and buying me full wardrobes, mm-mm, not in the dating
That's
stage.
that's
No.
that's that's weird. That's especially if you guys like when you're talking for 8 months and stuff like that, it's normal. But when somebody dating you and in the beginning the person brings a lot of stuff, it's some that person is compensating something,
Yeah,
or they
they're
love
trying to
bomb
love
you.
bomb you.
Yep.
I don't like it.
Yeah, me
But
neither.
yeah, I don't know. This celebrity thing, it's like, ooh, that's the thing with the Jeanie Mai thing. Did she ever respond to this, or no? To this alleged cheating thing, or this is just what we're seeing from court documents?
So basically, no, it's just from court document where, because he filed talking about some differences, irreconcilable differences, but he didn't say anything about cheating. So Jeannie threw that out, and she said no, it was basically from cheating, allegedly. So
What
yeah.
happened to hashtag Black men don't cheat? What happened?
Yeah, that's what he was trying to do. But like narcissists never seem to amaze me. Like, why do you run to do all the podcasts trying to one up Jeannie? And I really admire Jeannie's strength in this situation because she been real quiet. Like she
Mm-hmm.
been respectful of everything. She just fighting everything to court but I also think that Jeannie is scared because she knows how hard black women go for black men, right? So she just scared that if she make one move,
Mm-hmm.
one move we don't like, I think it's gonna be a thing.
It's going to be a wrap for her.
Yes, and she just trying to move silently, but through lawyers, and Yeezy out here trying to act, but we see through it. We see through it.
Mm-hmm.
We see
And
through
that's
all of
that's
it.
surprising that even this interview with Sanaa, um, that she didn't see through it, because
But that's
Sanaa is a
before
grown woman.
everything came out.
Oh, this was before. But even if it came out before, Sanaa is a grown woman. Sanaa is what, in her early 50s by now,
But
I think.
something happened to her too, right? How did she separate it from her husband? He cheated or something?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know. I didn't know that she was married. I don't know. I don't know
Okay.
anything much about her.
But something happened to her and he trying to play on that. We both going through, man, please.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he caught her in her vulnerable state.
I guess so. That's I don't know, but black women are always to the rescue. We're always rescuing black men. We're rescuing each other. We're rescuing other women. So they'll even as long as Jeannie um, doesn't slander black women, will come for will be her savior as well. We're always everybody's damn savior. Like we don't need to save ourselves, but
To
we're
be
everybody
honest,
else's savior.
to be honest, I ain't safe for nobody. They say no. They say my business because when they was enjoying, I was in the same place at the same time, living my life because I don't care about this.
Listen, I'm not saving Jeannie. I don't know Jeannie. But yeah, she
No,
just needs.
because
I just hope that she just doesn't, start with the slander. Just raises her daughter, be calm, go to counseling because I think we all. She's definitely because she said it, that she has anger issues. Um, go to counseling or continue raising her daughter.
to be honest, Nadia,
Mm,
like we all have sometimes all have a harsh opinion. We can
oh
root.
yeah,
We can. Everybody
yeah.
can perceive us as rude. So if Yeezy wanted to find something to show her like, hey, sit down or something, he would find anything.
Hmm.
Because we know Jeannie as an opinionated person. He knew
Yep,
that before he married her. So
absolutely.
he
Which
was
is
just
why that.
trying to find something
Yeah.
to make her feel. And that's the thing. Jeannie also said she don't wanna have kids and stuff like that. So he broke all the things Jeannie was standing for, saying she don't want no kids. Like, and the worst thing is to have a kid with a narcissist. Like, you will go through it. And I'm not saying Yeezy is a narcissist,
Hmm.
but what I'm saying is Kiki Palmer's boyfriend is. Because if you're hitting somebody's child, you a narcissist.
Hmm. That's just a trash
Um.
human being.
So yeah, but a couple of episodes ago, I asked you this question, and I'm gonna ask you again to see if your mind changed.
What happened?
So, if you would never find the love of your life, would you be okay?
You know what? You know what is so funny? Before I sort of answer this, I swear to God, 2 days ago, this I was rethinking the same question.
Yeah.
I said, "How did I?" I was trying to remember how did I answer it when you asked me that last time. I swear, 2 days ago. Like we're in the same mind thing
I'm
going
happy you
on.
forgot. I'm happy you forgot. So now you can give a raw
Um, how do I want
answer.
to answer that, and do I want to answer that publicly? Oh, there's a nice bird on my patio.
Don't try to change the
Yeah,
subject.
I am because I did see the bird. um, how would I feel if I never found love?
No, would you be okay?
Or would
This
I
is
be
the
would I
fear.
be
It's
okay
the
if I
fear,
never
and
found
then
love?
what would you feel? Feeling is a feel. Would you be okay?
Would I be okay if I never found love? Yes. Yeah, I would have to be.
Do
Like,
you know for sure?
what am I gonna? I mean, okay, no, you don't know for sure until you're actually in the situation. I wouldn't know until I'm like 90, a 90-year-old woman, and looking back, and then I could say for sure. But at this point in life, um, I would be okay because I mean, if I'm not okay, what am I gonna do? Throw myself off a bridge? Like, I think even though human beings are um, socially, we are meant to be paired up. There are always anomalies. And in those anomalies, not everyone is going to be with somebody. Some people are perfectly content being alone. And then, even when you look at the statistics, when people get married, women lose a lot, men gain and benefit a lot. It's a better deal for men in marriage and relationships. It's a better deal for men than it is for women. So yeah, um, I'm gonna be okay because I've been okay.
I like that. I like that answer.
Hmm. I can't remember. What did you say? Is your answer changing or?
I'm gonna be okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah, and
I
then
don't
that's the
even
thing.
got I don't even got enough time for myself. Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like my life is so full and so busy. I don't even have time to breathe. Like
Yeah.
right now, I'm working super late at work. Um, Sometimes, except for this weekend, I'm working Saturdays, not this Saturday, but until the end of the year to finish out this quarter at work. Like there's a million other things happening. Like I don't even have time to breathe. I'm lucky if I get maybe 5 hours sleep a night, if that. Like it's just so I would like a partner, but it's like at the same time I'm like, where am I gonna fit him? Like, where am I gonna fit him?
My mom told me that I'm glorifying being a lone wolf.
Is it glorifying?
Uh, I told that lady that she gonna be mad that I said that. And I told my mom that no matter what, I will be okay. Because if you're not whole within yourself and you're not okay with yourself, you cannot make anybody happy. And
Mhm.
being desperate is the last thing you should want. Because how long you gonna want somebody or love somebody who don't love you back?
Mhm.
So just make sure. And this information I got from Tony Gaskin. Tony Gaskin is a very um, very smart YouTuber,
Mhm.
life coach. Before he was a YouTuber, he was a life coach,
Mhm.
um, and motivational speaker.
Mhm.
He say make sure that when you're in your alone time, make sure your mind, your body, and your brain is okay.
Yes.
Because if you don't invest in the three aspects of your life, if you're lacking, you wouldn't feel whole and you wouldn't feel whole to complete somebody else. And you might have somebody in your life, but then it's gonna look like it's at the wrong time because you don't
Yeah.
have everything to give. Um, and you shouldn't be focusing on when the person is going to find you. Just do your thing and the person will find you. Make
Mhm.
sure you're available. Make sure you have good conversations. Make sure you go out there and show yourself to
Mhm.
people presentable,
Mhm.
so people can see you.
Yeah.
But for me, it's important that you know what's scary about love is that even a president of a country can have heartbreak and not do well. And that is
Oh yeah.
scary to me. Even a doctor, even somebody who has their life your life in their hands on an operating table, he can suffer from heartbreak.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
everybody can have everything figured out, but heartbreak will break you.
Oh yeah.
And that's what's scary. Because
Mhm.
you're giving your emotions, you're giving your privacy, you're giving everything in control of somebody else. And I don't
Mhm.
like that concept of love. I don't like it because
Yeah. Yeah.
because especially when somebody can throw in my face again what they know about me. You get what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
that's why if I leave a relationship, I always go quiet. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not going public about you because I know. Don't try me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, especially if you've been in a relationship with that person for a long time, the person knows everything about you.
Mm-hmm.
So you shouldn't even be in odds with that person, or you shouldn't even if you're not with a person anymore, you shouldn't even be living on bad terms. Because if you've been with somebody for 10 years, 5 years, that person is just like a sibling, sleeping next to each other for years.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, the concept of somebody having the control of being in control of your emotions, your well being mentally, I don't like that concept. Because I have life figured out when it comes to business, when it comes to moving how I want to move, knowing having the money management, having the time management.
Mm-hmm.
I have it figured out to a certain level what works for me.
Right.
But when it comes to love, I have to do it with somebody else for a long period, consistently.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a consistent person.
Right.
In the headlines, I'm consistent.
Not
Especially if I love you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With the most important things, I'm consistent, especially if I love you. Wake up, cook, lunch, breakfast, dinner. You know how we gotta get rice in the morning and stuff like that.
Girl, you're. I always say you're a better woman than me because, baby, if you think I'm going to be cooking three square meals 7 days a week, Negro, you better get in that kitchen to help me too. I can't do it all, and I'm not doing it all.
So, knowing how hard I go when I'm in a relationship, I cannot do it. Start with it willy nilly. Don't. I cannot give somebody who is reckless. I cannot give you that power of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to have emotional intelligence, especially when there's like we have differences and you need to explain yourself or have a because things will not go the way we want it every day. It will not go smooth. So if you are passive aggressive, if you don't know how to control your emotions, I'm the type of person I'm finished with you so fast. You think I'm gonna kidding because I'm a comedic person. Like I like comedy. If you're doing stupid stuff, I'm gonna roast you. I'm also like that in a relationship. Like I like to make a lot of fun and have a lot of fun and stuff like that. But when it comes to serious stuff and you lack emotional intelligence and you're passive aggressive, even with friendship, if I see that you like money more or you can sell me out or you move different when things don't go your way and stuff like that, I just check it and I say you will never be close to me again. I just and I will definitely apologize for my part, but you will never experience me that close again compared to before, ever. And I let you down. I lose you so softly that you don't even know. I will exit myself so softly out of the equation that before you wink your eye, like, hey, I haven't
Gone.
I haven't talked to Sven in a long, and I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's whew. Yeah. This love thing. It's definitely that trust to trust another because we're never gonna know what's going on in anybody else's mind. We have to believe their actions and their words and time. Like you said, time is a big thing. Um, but I know I'm okay with giving up, with believing and trusting. I have to trust my gut, and I have to. I mean, you just never know. Heartbreak is going to happen, and I'm okay with that. Like I said earlier, like I'm okay if it doesn't happen in my lifetime. If I don't find the partner in my lifetime, but I would be lying if I say that I am not desiring because I
That's
absolutely
natural. That's natural.
I haven't given up on finding my husband. And I say husband, I say that very intentionally. I'm not looking for a boyfriend. I'm not looking for a fling. I'm very intentional. I'm looking for my husband, and I know he's out there. I've had some good conversations with the creator, and he's there. Um, it's just timing, like you said, making yourself available and just staying on my grind, keeping myself busy. Um, and he'll appear when he's supposed to. That's it.
I'm just scared that, let's say, I achieve all my goals,
Mm-hmm.
and I have the amount of financial freedom I have,
Mm-hmm.
and then somebody, God forbid, you know what? Let's not have this conversation.
Oh no. Are you talking about
And
the fear of?
somebody who was not on my level appear, and I like him. That's my worst fear.
But I think that's a very natural fear because we've been so conditioned that the man is supposed to have more, and then to find he's perfect in every single way except his career slash finances. And then so and that thought, because we've been conditioned that way, is he wanting me for all the right reasons, or is he wanting me so he doesn't have to worry about being the provider, if that's what your dynamic is? um is he just using me for my finances? Is he using me for my stable job so I can maybe not have a job here and there, or I can not try as hard and be the the man that I know I can be? Yeah, you definitely, when he's not at least the same level as you are, you do have those thoughts because you see women constantly. Like, I have relatives who have been the breadwinners and their partners are straight bums. And it's like they're giving everything. And these men are, they don't work, or they find a job and, oh, I don't like it, or they spoke to me the wrong way and then they just quit. But they do that because they know that she is going to keep working. She's going to make sure she keeps her good job with her good benefits to keep a roof over their house,
Or
to keep their
or
kids
they
going.
want to be your manager.
Oh, hell no. That's the thing that I don't like. Um, oh, I excuse my dark circles, y'all. I'm tired. That's the thing that I don't understand when people, like in the entertainment business, unless you have been a manager managing other people successfully for years before you got with me, you are not becoming my manager. Absolutely not. You continue in your job, or you prove to me by managing other people successfully for years, then we'll think about it. But this thing of, I didn't have a job, or I'm going to quit my regular job to become your full time manager. No, I don't like that. Mm-mm.
Is it a possibility that that somebody who you're in a relationship with, that the person can cheat and you still stay with them?
Me personally,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I mean, listen, I mean, I could, again, you never know until you're in the situation, like in the thick of it. But from where I am today, absolutely not. Um, mm-mm. Now, I think that it would be harder if, or maybe not, maybe it's easier. It could be depending on you. It could be harder or easier if you have children, because a lot of people stay because they're like, I don't want to break up. I don't want my kids in a broken home. But also at the flip side, some women are like, I don't want my children to see the example of their father cheating and me putting up with it, because I don't want them to grow up thinking that that's okay and normal, and that pushes them to leave. Um, but from where I stand today, no. If you cheat, like, that's a deal breaker. I don't care if it's one time. I don't care if it's 100 times. You have to go. You're not going to keep
Definitely.
disrespecting me and risking my health. Mm-mm.
Definitely.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I couldn't do it either, child. Nope.
And that's the thing with
It doesn't
the
work.
cheating thing that I don't get. How people are always like, "Oh, men can compartmentalize the love, and they can love you and then have sex with other women, and it doesn't mean anything." But it's like, okay, even if they can separate the two, if you made a promise to me, and you know that you're cheating is breaking me emotionally, it's risking my physical health, it's breaking me emotionally, it's breaking me spiritually, and you proclaim that you love and respect and honor me, why are you doing the things that are not doing what you promised? Like, I don't understand how men can, and either even other women can justify, oh, that's just how men are. Not if you love me. If you truly love me and you know that that's destroying me, why would you want to do that? But that's just me. Mm.
Yep. Me either. I couldn't do it. No. There's no negotiation because you know what you was doing. And if you love yourself and you love your body, even if you're a man, you won't even want that type of thing. Because if you're in a relationship and you say sex is your sex, and men see the difference between somebody they love and somebody they just have sex with, you wouldn't even want to have sex with somebody you don't love.
Hmm.
But on the other hand, I will never know how men think. So
Yeah, that's the one thing. Yeah, it's just what they tell us. We have to believe, I guess,
yeah,
what they tell us. Mm-mm. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. This is the topic we can go on and on and on and on.
definitely.
But we're gonna head on to. I kind of want to hear.
I have another question. I think
Mm-hmm.
because you wanted to close, but I have another question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you saw the podcast of B Simone and the other girl? What's her name?
Mm-hmm. Be
They're
Simone.
ending their podcast, right? B
I've heard
Simone
of their
and
podcast, but I don't think I've ever listened to a full episode. Why? What happened?
they canceled it, and
Oh.
yeah, I hear the conversation, and it seems like B Simone was totally over it, and the other girl wanted to keep because they were friends,
Mm-hmm.
and the other girl wanted to keep their friendship, and B Simone said she wants still want to do the business, but she don't want the friendship anymore. So I was
Oh,
thinking,
that's.
yeah,
So they were friends before the podcast.
yep, that's their podcast is started based off of their friendship.
And so but how is that going to, because that's the dynamic. How is that going to work if we are not speaking outside of it? How,
Yeah, so that's canceled.
and I'm assuming it was successful.
It was a good podcast.
Wow. That's, ah, yeah.
It was a good podcast.
I don't know what to say about that. Like, how do you, yeah, if that's how it started.
I don't know. After, yeah, I don't know if I have to give my opinion about this, but after I listened behind the scenes what they was talking about,
Mm-hmm.
it seems like B Simone was checked out, and it seems like maybe her friend betrayed her because I don't know why you would turn on your friend like that, like talking
Yeah,
about
it
other
doesn't,
one.
that's not nothing. Something was bothering her.
Yeah, for sure.
And they
So
couldn't find a way to, behind the scenes, get together and figure out what happened and try and fix it. Like, because you don't just cut someone off like that. Something
I
happened.
think
What
I
isn't she?
think the other girl's name is Megan or something. Megan, I think she went through a divorce,
Mm-hmm.
and she was grieving, and I think maybe it became a lot for B Simone. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, that's a huge life change, and that can Yeah, change how you deal with everyone. Your heart's broken, your trust is broken. You're looking at everyone a little with some more side eye. It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. But anyway, well, you know what? I hope that even if they don't go come back and do business together again, that they, that at least they can sit down and talk about what actually happened. And even if they don't come back as friends, then at least they have that closure, because because I think people think that only romantic relationships can be devastating. Like friendships, breaking a long-term
Definitely,
friendship is just as
definitely.
devastating. It's
That
heartbreaking.
that's worse though,
Hmm.
because it takes the relationship. Um, how do you say it? It takes the sexual aspect out of it, right?
Hmm.
So you think you really have a sister,
Yeah.
right? So it really feels worse. I went through that with somebody, and something happens, and it, for me, in my eyes, it was a minute thing, right? But we women sometimes have such a big ego where
Hmm.
we want to stress an issue, and
Yeah.
I'm the type of person, like, if I apologize and I see you trying to show your power and trying
Hmm.
to act also for me, as I just said, I smooth out of the situation, and then
Yeah.
you can call me, ask me how I'm doing, you can call me, ask me to meet up and stuff like that. I will tell you, I will literally tell you, I will let you know. But you
Hmm.
will never, if in my mind I
Hmm.
tell myself, you will never see me in person again, I don't care what happens, you will
Damn.
never see me in person again. You can call me
Hmm.
because I want to know how you doing. I still care about you. We good, but we ain't that good. We ain't
Yeah.
good, good. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, like, we as women have a big ego, and I
Hmm.
noticed that I was trying to, talk to my friend, and I was chatting her, and she was giving me the silent treatment and stuff like that. I'm like, this is so stupid, knowing the type of things I went through where people was trying to try the toxic stuff in my last relationship, they're trying the toxic stuff and do the silent treatment. You trying to be toxic. You
Hmm.
know that thing won't slide with me. So when I noticed that, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
you trying me at this point.
Mm-mm. Yeah. It's yeah, friendships are, because I even have a friendship that I had with somebody from we met in at the start of high school, and I'm no longer friends with her. Um and yeah, you do grieve, even if you have cut off the friendship because of because it's the best thing for you. You cut it off. You still grieve it. You still grieve
Oh yeah.
when things were good. And yeah, it's yeah, you're right. It is kind of more
Oh yeah, definitely.
than
Definitely.
romantic.
Because because
Sorry,
because
man.
everything you went through,
Hmm.
you call that person, even if you see something in the media and you want their opinion on it, or even if you have to do like something for work and stuff like that, you want to call them, or sometimes you really want to know how they do it. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Sometimes you really know, like, shit, she was going through this, I really want to know how they doing for real.
Hmm.
But then, and it's an ego thing, but it's also
Hmm.
self-love, because I'm not gonna go hard for you and you trying to nah. That's not
Hmm.
I don't it's not gonna look like I want you in my life so bad, and you can treat me any way you want to. So
Yeah, and it's not even necessarily an outright for all. It's not even necessarily an outright you treated me bad or you weren't giving. Like you can love so many aspects about someone, but for some reason, every time, and I'll just give a little example of this particular friendship, when you can love them and enjoy your times together, you laugh hard, But when you leave, every time you leave them and you come home, you don't feel good about yourself, if that makes sense. It's weird. Like with this person, I we had good times, but I didn't feel every time I come back, I felt bad about myself.
Did they
And
say
it
anything?
was a consistent thing. I mean, there were definitely the person they were it was a little bit of not maybe it was kind of passive aggressive, I guess, belittling of things, I
Oh,
guess. Like even like for example, like what was a stupid thing like and in their mind because they were a very opinionated person, they were just expressing how they felt. And it was like, "Oh, it's a summertime and you're still wearing that? That's a fall outfit." And it was like, "Oh, okay. I mean, we're just here to have lunch. Does it matter what I'm wearing? I don't like I've never been a fashionista person. It's like I thought I'd look okay, but okay." And then you just let it go and you continue your conversation. And then the next time it was like, um, oh, you oh, what was another thing? I guess okay, as I'm talking about it, maybe it was a bit more things. But it was like, for example, when I wanted to write, and I was like, well, I really this is back years ago. I want to I want to be a writer and I want to be able to make a living. Oh, well, it's good that you're not really concentrating on that anymore because nobody ever makes good money at writing. Instead of being like and just, being an encouraging
but then she was a hater though.
as I'm thinking about it, I mean, she would say that she's just sharing her opinion and not
Oh,
lying to
did you
you.
talk to her about it?
Um, in the end, no. I think it got to be when I was kind of adding up every interaction and seeing how I felt at the end. I was like, do I want to keep doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Or do I want to have a confrontation? And I let it stretch on even longer because we had a conversation after something happened. And she was like, at the end, I had this thing happen, and you were the only person who has always been there for me. And I was like, oh, and I felt bad because at that point I wanted to end the friendship. And then she came back and said something like that, like, you were the only one who's been there for me through everything. And I was like, oh, now I can't. And so I let it stretch on even longer. And in hindsight, I absolutely should have had that conversation with him, but I just kind of let it fade away. And
It
then I
was the
think,
right time. You could have
yeah,
flipped it on her like, I'm always there for you, but every time I leave, you make me feel like shit, and that's why you ain't got no friends.
well, I mean, I don't know if she has, I mean, she's always had
That's why you
friends.
ain't got no friends.
Yeah, no, no, no. She's definitely, see, here am I defending her. She's always had friends. But I think, and then too, it was interesting because I still think about her obviously from time to time. And I just learned that like a couple months ago, I learned that her mom had passed away the year before, like last year. And I was like, ooh, maybe I should reach out and say something. And then I was like, and if you do reach out, yeah, don't, because then you're going to open it back up. And
Mm-hmm.
do you really want to open it back up? So I had to let it go. Because I did. When I found out her mom had passed away, I kind of got teary eyed because I spent from high school all into college, I spent a lot of time at their house. Like, it was like upsetting, you know? And then my sister kind of had to remind me, it's like, yeah, even though you're not friends with this person anymore because of your past and your history, it's normal to be a
Mm-hmm.
little upset. Like, you can have those feelings and be sad that her mom is not here anymore, but that doesn't mean you have to restart anything. And I was like, okay, you're right. So anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, but with me, it's always also multiple stuff. I don't like the backhanded sneakiness and the backhanded opinions and stuff like that. Like, I clock everything, but I'll leave you to show, I'll give you
Hmm.
leverage to
Hmm.
make you say certain stuff. But I'm copying everything.
Hmm.
But then sometimes I lay down and I really think about them. And I say like, I really hope they okay, and I really
Hmm.
hope things
I
they
do.
really, like plans they really want to achieve really really works for them. And the funny thing is, sometimes the next day they call me,
Mm.
and sometimes I let that shit go to voicemail. Sometimes, sometimes I pick up. And
Hmm.
and 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 the thing about it is, when you talk to them, it's just like yesterday, like that you never skipped out. Like it feels like home. But
Yeah.
then again, you when you hang up, then I have the feeling like you was just calling to check because you asked me multiple questions, right? And the
Hmm.
questions you asked, it seems like you call me just to monitor how far I'm in life, what I'm doing and stuff like that. So I'm like, nah, that feeling is not even good, so I won't even pick up the phone anymore. But matter of fact, text me if you wanna talk,
Hmm.
text me. Yeah.
Yeah. You do wonder about that stuff. Like, yeah, life is this it's hard to navigate. Like, and again, it's that trust. It's like even to want to make because as the older you get, it's harder to make friendships, like true proper friendships, not just acquaintances. It's hard. And to put that trust in people, whether it's friendship, romantic, it's a lot. But I mean that's life. If we want to keep growing and changing and evolving and if we don't ever trust, we could be losing out on some amazing, amazing friendships and relationships. And then even it's like sometimes you have people in your life for a season. Um, and so even though I've had friendships that have faded out, they didn't fade out on bad terms. They just faded out because I literally needed them in my life for that lesson, whether it was, well, I'm just going to say for me, it was to teach me something. It was to teach me patience or grace or just how to navigate in a new way. So, not all lost friendships are necessarily because of bad things that occurred. So, but anyway, enough about all that life stuff for now. So our tip of the week, I kind of wanted to tie in our tip of the week with business because we haven't spoken about business for a while.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, when it comes to business and the marketing side of it, how important is content marketing for a person's business?
Content marketing is very, very important for businesses. Content is like oxygen for your customers. And in the past, we had a lot of offline content marketing, meaning TV, magazines, newspapers. But now, people want to see stories, people want to hear storytelling. And you can build your own community with content marketing. People don't even look at TV that much anymore. They spend a lot of time on social media.
Hmm.
So now it's very important to activate the content marketing and make like a profile for your business on social media and build your own community.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's how you sell products to them, because if you don't have content, if you don't have oxygen, they will find it elsewhere. People have to know that you exist.
Yep.
And yeah, there's a lot of cord cutting meaning people are canceling their TV plan, just to
Mhm.
be on social media, because they don't watch TV that much anymore. They just are on social media, as I said. And if you really want to thrive in your business and you want your business to do numbers, um, content marketing is the way to go.
So, how would you say, for example, a person, they are a brick and mortar business and they've been in business for the last 35 years and they have never, the only thing that they've done is maybe put up a couple flyers in a couple windows of businesses along the way. How would you convince them that content marketing is going to help expand their business? How would you convince them?
I will have a conversation with them, sit down with them, and show them a lot of content creators who do content for businesses. If you look at Kitli, I don't know if you know Kitli, is the food critic who goes to
Yes.
different
Mm-hmm.
restaurants to
Mm-hmm.
review, and you see the effect of it. So if
Mm-hmm.
you have that proof for a business, to
Mm-hmm.
tell them like the the data is there.
Yep.
If you look at Kim Kardashian, if you look at all the influencers, because Kim Kardashian was not always online.
Mm-hmm.
Rihanna was not always online. It was always TV, radio, and stuff.
Yep.
But they figured out that times change, and then they have to do a
Mm-hmm.
lot with social media.
Right.
And because they have the data, meaning they
Mm-hmm.
have the people who follow them, they
Mm-hmm.
can sell anything.
Yep.
They can sell anything. So if you have that data, just as Kim Kardashian is the best example, she has all the followers and she can have a lot of collaboration with different companies, because
Mm-hmm.
the companies know that she have that data. They know that if they give her $1 million, they know that they will get it 4 or 5 times back,
Mm-hmm.
because all the followers are data or
Yes.
buyers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my pitch, just to show them. And when they say, um, what can you offer us? Content marketing, management, video shooting. Then we go around, come around the your company, and we do different things. Having a conversation with the workers, checking how many clients is coming there and shooting them, like make videos for them. Shooting sounds
And since
violent.
we're here, I want you to plug your business because, like both of us, we have many other things besides our regular day jobs and this podcast. I want you to please plug your business. And so people, if they're in the Netherlands, around your area, or even maybe in by distance, what you can do for them, please.
Well, Sven Production does content marketing, content management, and business development. We also do training, customer service training for yours. Let's say you have colleagues that need some customer service training, because customer service is very, 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 if not the most important thing for your business.
Absolutely.
People enjoy the experience, and it's
Mm-hmm.
very important to give your clients the experience when they come to eat at your restaurant. Um, and and they come in. You just need to have a conversation with them. How are you doing today? How was your week going? How can I help you today? And then you give. It needs to be like a flowing conversation, because we do everything off of experience.
Yep.
If you buy, if you go to the restaurant or go to a restaurant to eat, you go there for the experience, because you could have do the takeaway. You could have Ubered it. You could have Uber eats it at home and eat the food at home. But if you
Mm-hmm.
go to the restaurant, you want the experience. So the most important thing for companies is customer service and give the customers the experience, and the worth for their money, their money's worth.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's what we're doing. So customer service, product development. Product development is, if you want to create a product, we have a conversation with you. What's all the things you need to start the business? How to create the product, how to market the product. When it comes to the law stuff, let's say you have to make like a skincare, like a
Mhm.
cream or something. There's
Mhm.
certain steps you have to take to finally um, produce
Mhm.
the cream.
Mhm.
Um, so that's what we're doing with the product development, and the content marketing is, we're making content. We go on locations to make content for the business, or we're
Mhm.
making animation. Also, it depends what your business is.
Mhm.
Like an agency would want something different than a restaurant
Mhm.
would want something different. A driver's license company would want something different. So everything is customized.
Right.
So yeah, but the very important thing is that we firstly have a conversation with the people and check what they want, and
Mhm.
then we customize their offer. But yeah, that's what we do in content marketing, product development,
Mhm.
customer services, and content managing, um, and
Yeah.
also content writing, because that's something different.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely. I'll make sure to put the link in the bio, and then you can also. I believe I've seen a couple examples on your. I think it was your TikTok page, so people can kind of see what you do. I have a couple examples of you working with other a couple restaurants, and so they can kind of have an example of what you offer, and of course, like you said, customizable. So we'll make sure that that is in the description. So serious
Yes, yes.
inquiries. We are busy ladies, so please, serious inquiries only. Um, and yeah, so I think yeah, we're gonna end it on that. Thank you so much for joining us, and yeah, if you have any questions or concerns, we will leave. It's Zfen Nadia at gmail.com, and we can answer any questions anonymously or not. If you want to share your name, we can do that. And yeah, that's it. We will see you next time. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye.
Bye.